Oklahoma Motor Fuel Tax Bond, BT 168. What is the Oklahoma Motor Fuel Tax Bond, BT 168? The Oklahoma Motor Fuel Tax Bond, also known as BT 168, is a type of surety bond required by the Oklahoma Tax Commission, OTC, from businesses engaged in the sale, distribution, or retail of motor fuels. Motor fuels include gasoline, diesel fuel, propane, and other similar products. This bond serves as a form of financial guarantee that the business will fulfill its tax obligations related to motor fuel sales. Why is the Oklahoma Motor Fuel Tax Bond needed? The primary purpose of the Oklahoma Motor Fuel Tax Bond is to protect the state and its residents from potential financial losses resulting from non-payment or underpayment of motor fuel taxes by businesses. Motor fuel taxes are crucial sources of revenue for the state government, which are used for maintaining roads, bridges, and other transportation infrastructure. By requiring businesses to obtain a motor fuel tax bond, the government ensures that these businesses are financially responsible and capable of meeting their tax obligations. In case a business fails to pay the required taxes, the bond provides a source of funds for the government to cover the unpaid taxes and associated penalties. Who needs to obtain the Oklahoma Motor Fuel Tax Bond? Any business operating in Oklahoma that sells, distributes, or retails motor fuels is typically required to obtain the Motor Fuel Tax Bond, BT 168. This includes gas stations, trucking companies, fuel distributors, convenience stores, and any other entities involved in the sale or distribution of motor fuels. The bond requirement applies to both new businesses seeking to enter the motor fuel industry in Oklahoma and existing businesses renewing their licenses or permits. It's an essential part of the regulatory process to ensure compliance with state laws and regulations governing motor fuel sales and taxation. How does the Oklahoma Motor Fuel Tax Bond work? Obtaining a motor fuel tax bond involves a straightforward process. The business must first find a licensed surety bond provider authorized to issue bonds in Oklahoma. The surety bond provider assesses the business's financial strength and risk factors to determine the bond premium, which is the cost of obtaining the bond. Once the premium is paid, the surety bond provider issues the motor fuel tax bond to the business, which must then submit the bond to the Oklahoma Tax Commission as part of the licensing or permit application process. The bond remains in effect for a specified period, typically 1 year, and must be renewed annually, as long as the business continues its operations. To know more, please visit swiftbonds.com.